Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll get a look at Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers as they square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by at CenturyLink Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, we've got two NFC West teams here. Your assessment of the state of the division coming into 2019, is it the Rams to lose? We saw the changing of the guard with the Rams taking over from Seattle a couple of seasons ago. But Seattle got back in the game pretty fast, didn't they? You remember preseason last year? It was doom and gloom. They ended up in the playoffs. Arizona, they're kind of hitting the reset button. It's San Francisco to keep your eye on. With good health, good drafts, they could be the team that can really contend. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. We got this. 49ers offense coming out here led by the 28-year-old quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, turned 28 last month, and this is his first year as an every-week starter. You remember last season, all the hope, all the expectation, lost in week 3 to injury. But this year, I think he and the rest of this team, they've broken everyone's expectations, double-digit victories. And Jimmy Garoppolo's had a strong run game to rely on, but he's had some good performances himself, maybe most notably Week 14 outdueling Drew Brees with a 4-touchdown performance in a big win at New Orleans. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment. Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack. Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away? That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jaron Reed able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good. Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Whoosh. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. See Russell Wilson bringing out the Seattle Seahawks here. Russell Wilson, Yeah, it's probably Lamar Jackson's MVP trophy, but he's still down there on the ballot with consideration, quietly having one of his finest seasons ever. He should wind up coming close to his career high in touchdown passes, which was 35 from a year ago. Interceptions, Charles, still amazingly low. He'll likely finish single digits for the second straight season.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Because during this holiday season, you know what he's like? He's like your go-to Christmas gift that you know you're going to love, and you absolutely have to have it. But at the same time, there's always that shiny new thing that comes along, right? Every year there's a new thing that hits. Lamar Jackson does that and takes the award away likely, because I do think that ultimately Lamar Jackson wins it. But when you look at it, you're wondering, how does Russell Wilson not win it? And we talk about that year in and year out with his dependability.
50 seconds to mine. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Good.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson, he'll find Metcalf. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it 2nd and 7. Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on the 9 over there. You're on the 9.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to get this out to Marshawn Lynch. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Check, watch 54. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
First down, the run with Lynch. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the shotgun, Wilson. Quick slant, caught by Moore.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And it's caught. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, Wilson rolling to his right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Third quarter starts with a run from Lynch. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run again with Lynch. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go. Tight left. 4 down, check. 4 down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now Wilson operating from the gun. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. A give to Lynch from the shotgun. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
57. Stop your whining.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now here's Michael Dixon, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. 180! I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. He's coming.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Quentin Jefferson busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Here we go.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo going underneath. It's Coleman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run for it with Breida. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
They had to convert there on 4th down, and they ran the football. Major surprise, but they pick it up. Now they've got to really hurry.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 18 yards, first down Niners.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. To throw is Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Garoppolo hustling them back to the line now. Now Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw, Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman with time running out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Break back. 315. 54 miles. Watch the run.
They start the drive with Lynch. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Wilson now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
What? 380. Like 5-4. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Throwing now is Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day. But I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 20. Play action. Garoppolo taking a shot for Samuel. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Deebo Samuel, the rookie wideout, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Interesting, they took a shot right out of the overtime gate, Charles.
I think what they were trying to do was to create a big play that would not only energize them on offense and put that thought squarely in their head about winning the game, and also they were trying to flip field position, coming from deep in their own territory. Unsuccessful on that play.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Defense.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure.
Here we go. 180. Line 54. Line 54. Hey, here we go. Stay hot.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go. Let's go.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Garoppolo now. Got the connection here to Bourne. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Working from the gun, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself. But it was 4th down, and the possession changes. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And some space here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now what can Wilson do here in the OT? Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. It's a gain of 15. 1st down, Seahawks.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
From the pistol, they run with Lynch. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.